Welcome back to yet another video in the Code Zong series. Picking up where we left off with Code Combat, let's go ahead and begin. We'll see where the yellow arrow takes us, which is to this level here, called the Skeleton. And it looks like we've got a giant skeleton to deal with. He's got a very large sword. It's very heavy. We'll be using basic syntax, arguments, variables, and loops, so there's a lot to do in this one. So, if you remember from the last video, we do have this shield that we have available to equip. However, the one that we've got right now is actually better. So we're going to hang on to that, and we'll go ahead and press play.
Code Combat.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started. We'll probably start getting clobbered here right away, so I'm just going to pause this, and we'll just take a look at the situation and see what we've got to do. We've got this great big guy coming at us here, obviously. We'll take a look at the code window and see if we've got any hints. We need to use a loop to attack the skeleton. Its blunt sword hardly does any damage, but it has huge knockback. Got it. Okay, so we know that we've got the find nearest enemy method that we used in our previous videos, and that's going to allow us to target an enemy without knowing its name. And then, from there, we can just go ahead and attack. Let's take a look again at the game menu. It doesn't look like we have anything else to do other than just attack the skeleton. So let's do that. We'll do a couple of things. We'll set a variable, which we'll call skeleton. And we'll set that variable by using the find nearest enemy method. That's going to now give us a variable called skeleton that effectively identifies our bad guy. And then, as it suggests we do in the code comments, we will make use of a loop, and we will simply attack the skeleton. That should attack the skeleton until he is dead. So the first thing that we do is we identify the nearest enemy, and we set that to a variable called skeleton, and then in a loop, we attack until he is done. So let's go ahead and try that. We'll give that a run and see if we were successful. Oh, he does come after me, doesn't he? Wow, look at that. Fortunately, I've already identified him, so even though he knocks me back, my loop allows me to keep coming after him and knocking him down until he dies. Hopefully I can survive this. It's taken a little bit of time. Alright, he's good. He is dead. So, we've defeated the skeleton. We had some luck. It was a very simple, straightforward thing, and I think that by reading the code comments before we went down that road, it helped us kind of figure out what we needed to do. So that's good. Let's click on that done button, and we will accept our experience points and our gems, and then we will move on. I'll click continue, and we'll see what's next. So the yellow arrow suggests that we go to this level. It's called Attack Wisely. Be wise, it says. This is actually a level that is created by another player. That's interesting. So we're going to be making use of basic syntax, strings, and variables. Let's go ahead and play. Okay, so again, it suggests that we equip a shield, but we've already got one that's a lot more powerful than the one that they're suggesting. So on that note, we'll just go ahead and press play. We've got 3 guys in this level to kill. We have to kill all 3 of them. We have to grab all the gems, escape the dungeon, and we get a bonus if we kill everybody. Let's go ahead and start. Alright, let me hit pause, and we'll assess the situation here. I've got an X here in my game screen. Looks like this is something of interest here. Looks like we've already got a little bit of code written too, so we'll have to take a look. But we'll keep looking at this game screen for right now. We've got door A, B, and C. We've got 3 guys behind it, or 1 guy behind each door, rather. We've got these 2 guys standing over here, covering the gems. Interesting. So we have to avoid all the fire traps. So let's look here. We can see that these things here represent fire traps. So we've got 1, 2, and 3 of those. They've already written a little bit of code. Let's go over to this code menu and take a look at what they've done for us. The code comments say, if you step on a fire trap, you will get blown up. That seems pretty self-explanatory. They've written a few lines of code. From where we start, it's having us move up, and then move right, and then move up. So I think our starting point was probably here. Move up, and then right, and then up. There's a code comment here that says to remove this line. And that's because if we do that last one, it's going to put us right there on a firebomb. So we'll go ahead and we'll follow their advice, and we'll take that line out. Now what I'll do is I'll focus on the code comments here because they're giving us a lot of hints. So let's go ahead and read them one by one. Hint number 1. The bigger the enemy, the stronger. Okay, that makes sense. Hint number 2. You don't need to kill all the ogres if you feel that you are not strong enough. Alright. So I think what we might want to do is we might want to focus on these blue guys. Now it's having us write some code here. I'm not 100% sure what they expect our first move to be. Let's go ahead and see if perhaps we should attack door B. So I will move right again. And then I'll move up. And we'll do that twice. I will attack door B. Okay, I've taken a little bit of time to kind of look at the game screen versus some of the hints that we've got here in this code. This is, there's a lot of code comments here, and they kind of tell you what to do. And it's a little bit of an unusual situation. It's unlike a lot of the levels that we've encountered, because it looks like it was actually produced by another player as opposed to the Code Combat folks. So it's going to be a little bit different, and it's going to take a little bit of getting used to. But what we'll do is we'll just follow these code comments one by one. It says to move near a door. So we've moved up and right, which puts us between these two fire traps. We're going to move right again, and then move up. So we'll move right, and then we'll move up. That puts us near a door. Now it says break open the door by using the attack. So we'll attack, and we know that door is called door B. Now it says to go inside the room, which is just moving up once. Move up one time. The next hint says to attack the enemy inside the room. We don't know that enemy's name, so we'll say enemy 1, and we'll say find nearest enemy. Then we'll attack that enemy. I'm hoping that we can get away with just attacking them one time. I'm not sure. Just to be safe. And I've got a syntax error here. Let me fix that first. Goodness. So just to be safe, we'll go ahead and we'll attack the enemy twice. Alright. And I'll take out that semicolon. I don't need that in Python. So, ideally, that should destroy that enemy that's behind that door. Now what we'll want to do is move to the gem alcove. So, we will move... We'll move down. That puts us outside the door again. Then we will move to the right 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Which should put us in front of the bad guys. Now it says to fight the enemies. So, we will identify enemy 2 with find nearest enemy, and we will attack him 2 times. And we'll do the same for the last enemy, using find nearest enemy, and again, attacking him. Oops. That's enemy 3. We will attack him twice, just to make sure we're getting him. So that's fighting the enemies. We will then move up 2 times. And then that'll get us our first gem. And then I will move to the right 1 time, which should get me my last gem. Ideally, that's all I need to do. I'm not 100% sure if I've done it effectively yet. They do suggest that I've got something to do here. I haven't done anything here. Let's go ahead and let's see. Now it says let's escape. Move to the X mark. Goodness. So there's a lot to do. So I'm up here. I need to move down 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And then I need to move to the left 1, 2, 3 times. I need to move down once. And then I need to move left, but twice. That is an awful lot to do. I'm not 100% sure if I've nailed it. Let's go ahead and run and see what happens. Oh, jeez. Alright, hold on. Let's stop, because I've got an error in my code. Let's go back and look. Oh yeah, look at what I've done. Oh, it says find nearest enemy is null. I see. I need to move up twice. And then I need to move down twice. So I wasn't close enough to the enemy. And that caused me some problems. I may have that problem again when I go into the gem alcove. Let's run and see. Alright, I'm moving over to the gem alcove. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do this. I'm beating up the bad guys. Move up. Oh, nope. Yeah, look at that. I missed the gems. So let's go ahead and stop. Because I need to move up more after I kill my bad guys. So, I'll move up 3 times to get my gems. Then I'll move right. So let's go ahead and back this up. And we'll try it again. Okay, so this time, just based on the trajectory that it's mapped out, it looks like I'm going to get my gems. So let me get this bad guy. I'll run over to the gem alcove. I'll cruise up to my bad guys. I'll take them on. And then we'll jump up there. We'll grab those 2 gems. And we'll circle all the way back down here. That's going to be my move left 3 times command. I should move down once. Then I'll move left twice to get to that X, which should complete the level. And it says that I'm done. I did not get a bonus, however, because I did not kill all of the ogres. I killed 3 of the 5. But I'll take it. That was a bit of a complex one, and it kind of took a long time. That one was a bit out of the norm, a little bit more cumbersome than I'm used to, and probably a little bit more than I would prefer to take on, I think, in a single level. But we completed it. Let's go ahead and continue and see what else faces us. Alright. This, apparently, is the final Kith Maze. So let's go ahead and click that, and see what else we can do. To escape, you must find your way through an Elder Kithman's maze. We'll be using basic syntax, we'll be using loops, and variables. Well, let's press play and see what we've got. Okay, I'm going to keep my shield, and we'll just press play. We gotta survive, we have to defeat the ogres, we have to navigate the maze. We get a bonus if there's no code problems, and we get a bonus if it's under 12 statements. That suggests that we might be making use of some code reuse techniques, possibly some loops, maybe. Let's take a look. Okay, so we have to survive, we have to defeat the 3 ogres, and navigate the maze. Alright, let's have a look. Let me back this up a little bit just so I can see everything. Alright, is there any sort of a repeatable pattern at all? It's hard to tell. I know that we don't want to hang out too much here. Let me look at let's see. Do I need to get the gems? I'm not 100% sure if the gems are necessary. Probably not a bad idea. I'm going to start this. Let's see. Defeat the bad guy. If there's a repeatable pattern, what we can do is make use of loops. I might try that. Use a loop to move, and it even says that in the code comments, in fact. So I think we're going down the right path. So it says use a loop to both move and attack. So the repeatable pattern that you can see here is I'm starting here, and I'm going right, up, right, down. Then I'm going to go right, up, right, down again. So we'll start, but we know that we have to do more because we have an enemy in our path. So I'll start my loop with just moving right, moving up, moving right, and then moving down. we will encounter the enemy here. So after we move up, we may want to set a variable called enemy, and we'll use find nearest enemy and attack him. And we'll attack him twice. So in our loop, we encounter this enemy at the same spot. It seems like we should be able to get away with this. Let me go ahead and press run, and we'll see if we're successful. Nice. It looks like I only need to attack once to take care of this guy. Ah. Alright, we're good. Keeps going. Moving up. Moving over, attacking the enemy. Got him. Continuing on. Grab the gem, and I should be good. So we're good. We survived, of course. We defeated all of the ogres. We did manage to navigate the maze. No code issues, it looks like, and we were under 12 statements because we were leveraging loops instead of repeating our code, which is a good thing. So we'll click on Done. And we will accept our experience points and our gems. And because we had our bonuses, we will accept experience and gems with those as well. It looks like we got an extra tool from that also. Let's go ahead and press continue and see if there's anything else for us to do. It looks like we can actually move on to this, which appears to be, I think, the last thing to do in this particular world. Let's click on this and see what we've got. So we escape the Kithgard dungeons, and don't let the Guardians get you. This does appear to be the last thing that we get to do in this particular world. So we make use of basic syntax, arguments, and strings. Let's press play and see what we've got. Two things available. I'm going to keep my shield, but we'll take a look at this because it looks like it's a weapon of some kind. Let's double click on this. I want to keep my shield. Let's see. So what did I get here? Skills granted. We have new things that we can do now. We can build types. List of unit types the hero can build or summon. A fence and a fire trap. So this suggests that you can actually build items in the game using code. Let's press play and see if we can do that here.
Code Combat.
We have to get out of the dungeon, and we have to have no code problems. Let's see what we've got to take care of here. We'll click on this start level and see what we've got.
There's no way your hero can defeat all those ogres. You'll need to build 2 more fences to escape.
Interesting. I gotta build some fences.
Hover over the map to find XY coordinates for build XY.
They're giving us really good hints here. So by hovering over the map in the game screen, it gives us the XY coordinates that we need in order to build a fence. Building the fence is probably going to block these guys from getting us. Let me back this up a little bit. Let's see what we've got. Oh, okay, so, and they've written a little bit of code for us already. So the first thing it has us do is it has us move down, and then it has us build a fence. So we've got the XY coordinates that we get by hovering over. They've already built our first fence. We need to build 2 more. Let's go ahead and try this. We'll start by saying build XY fence. We'll make the coordinates 36 by 30. Oh, which they've already done. That's already in our code for us. That's helpful. So we'll do build XY. Do a fence. 3626. So we'll change that to read 3626. Build 3 fences to keep the ogres at bay, it says. Is that all that we have to do? That seems a little bit too easy. Let me run it and see. So far it's working. Do I just sit here and watch them throw stuff at me and miss? I guess I do. It does say that I didn't get out of the dungeon, though. That's a little disappointing. Let me just back this up. Zoom out a little bit and see what I need to do. Oh yeah, look, there's a gem over here. Well, maybe what I should do is after I build my fences, maybe I should just move to the right. And it looks like I need to do that, it's like about 4 times. Get that gem and see if that makes it a little bit better for me. I'll build a fence 3 times. Make sure I'm good to go. Then I'll head on out of here. I'm off. Get me a gem. And that's that. I'll take that. That seems better. Not only did I get out of the dungeon, but I also got my gem. So let's click done and see what it says. We got our experience points and we got our gems for completing the level. Of course, we also got our experience points and our gems for reaching our bonus. So let's continue. Is there anything else for us to do? It doesn't look like there is. It looks like we've been successful in this particular area. So they ask us for a little bit of feedback on how hard Code Combat is. I'll certainly fill that out offline, but make sure you check back with us in our next video and we'll see what else we've got for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate your time and your energy investing this with me here on Code Combat, which has been terrific and a lot of fun for me. I hope that you learned something. Anyway, make sure you check back, like this video if you liked it, please subscribe for alerts to get notifications when I've got more, and I'll see all of you in the next video.